Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lexi, and today I want to give some college advice for freshmen. And this is so sad and weird for me to be doing as a college senior at High Point University. And I feel like I'm in a really good position to do this year because obviously I have been in college for 4 years, but also I am continuing my education to go on to be a doctor of occupational therapy at the University of St. Augustine in Dallas, Texas. So I just feel like I have a lot of really good advice to give and can really help you out. And I know this is a time that everyone's getting super excited about going to college because I was when I was in your shoes, and I wish I could go back to that time and start it all over because I've really just loved my college experience that much. But without further ado, let's get right into this. So I also really wanted to add before I get into this that doing these things before I actually got to college were some of the reasons that I really was able to make the most of my experience and really enjoy it. So that's also why I wanted to share them with you guys. So now let's actually get into these. So the first piece of advice that I have for all of you going to college is to start making friends as early as you can. I know some of you probably applied early decision and have known since like November, Thanksgiving time where you were going to school, and some of you are still trying to make that decision because I know the big May 1st decision day is when those really become real and you definitely like kind of know who's going to be in your class. So with the world of social media and how everything works, it's just so easy to do and really important. And I know at first it can seem kind of weird to like DM people on Instagram or reach out to them on TikTok or other social medias, but I promise kids in your class will be using the hashtag like I use HPU 2021, and when I followed that hashtag I could find other kids in my class, and I know people still do that because I was looking to make sure before I gave you that advice. But it's just a really good way to come in feeling comfortable and like you know people and have already found like your place. And honestly, at the end of the day, like these people might not be your best friends for 4 years. And I have some that are, and I'm so thankful for that. But I also have some of those people that are just nice, friendly faces to say hi to walking around on campus. But I promise it will make you more comfortable when you take this big move, whether you're going 20 minutes away from your home or like me, 12 hours away. It's just nice to know you'll have someone to grab lunch with and someone to reach out to if you want to do something, or hey, I heard this is going on, do you want to go with me? Or to find people with similar interests so you can do different things like joining clubs together or just anything like that. And with this, you'll really get to have more opportunities of doing things because I know obviously like a lot of people are comfortable doing things on their own, and I am too. But just sometimes having a friend and a familiar face and some numbers and people to text and reach out to can really help to make that transition a lot easier. So don't feel weird doing it. People are going to be really happy that you did, and it'll probably start a chain reaction. And also, your school might make a Facebook group and put you all in it where you can do introductions. And even if you're not comfortable doing that yourself, which I would recommend doing it if you are, just reading through those and seeing like what their major is going to be in college, where they plan to live on campus, or if your school has already let you know. It's just a really great way. And I know like also you will be getting your roommate, and sometimes those are great situations and other times they're not. So just having like different branches of friends that you can go to at all times is really super helpful when you go to college. So another piece of advice I have for college freshmen is to start thinking about and looking into what you can get involved in, because this is something that can be really overwhelming and crazy process when you actually get on campus. Because I know a lot of schools have like involvement fairs, and ours was virtual this past fall, but I'm hoping you guys will be back in person. But they can really be overwhelming. Whether you know exactly what club you're looking for, it can be hard to navigate and find that exact thing. Or if you have absolutely no idea, then going around can kind of be even more intimidating. So if you are interested in being an exercise science major, like there is probably going to be an exercise science club. Or if you know you want to be a physical therapist after school and like further your education after school, there is probably going to be a club for that. So just looking around to see what is offered, and also like it could give you a little idea of something you want to get started on your own. It'll just make it really easy. Again, it will bring you more ways to make friends. If you are undecided on a major, you can join 2 different major or multiple majors clubs, and that could help you make your decision on what major you actually want to do. And also, like, just having an idea of what you want to do can really help you to not spread yourself too thin, because I know my freshman year I really signed up for a lot, and then I did Greek life and I wanted to do just like everything, and sometimes that's not possible. So when you go in knowing a little bit of what you're looking for and what you're trying to do, it can just help you to, like I said, number 1, make friends, and number 2, really make sure you are doing and signing up for a manageable amount of things, because it's really hard to say no, I guess, once you are already a part of it. Because I know, like, when you sign yourself up for something, you don't want to be the one that's not showing up to meetings and not fulfilling your responsibilities or whatever you're supposed to be doing in the different clubs and organizations. So just making sure that you know what you want to do and what you're looking for, to make sure that you are leaving enough time to still have a free social life and get your work done. Going off of kind of both of those is, don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone. If you were literally never a volleyball player and there is an intramural team for volleyball, or if you have literally never been in event management or anything like that, like me, and I signed up for that club, like, just go for it. If you have time for it, something that interests you, and something that could really be a big part of your college experience, like, just do it. And like I said before, with asking people to do things, go out of your comfort zone. Ask people to go to lunch, ask people to talk on the phone or FaceTime before you go to school. Because I know I got really super close to some of my friends before, just because we talked all the time and really got to know each other. So then it also kind of builds a different kind of relationship and bond when you get to know more about someone, and then you meet them for the first time and you feel like you already know each other. And I know for some people that can be kind of weird to think about, but it really is so helpful, because my friend Isabel, that's been in a lot of my videos, was one of my first friends I met through our High Point class of 2021 group me, and she asked like a random question about housing and I knew the answer. So I literally just told her, we got each other's numbers and Snapchats, and really just our friendship took off from there, because we got to know everything about each other and what we were planning on doing in college. And we also found out we were living in the same dorm. So literally the first night of school, we planned to go out together, and that just helped us make a bigger group of friends. So by going out of my comfort zone and reaching out to her in that group me, it really just made a great friendship that I have actually had for 4 years. And honestly, like, had I not done that, I mean, we probably would have ended up friends at some point, because we did end up going into the same sorority, but it just started the friendship out at such a further place. And I say all of this, and I'm kind of getting off the comfort zone thing, but I say all of this to not scare you if you don't have these relationships before you get to school. Because, I mean, my suite mate at the same time, like, ended up being one of my best friends. A lot of girls in my hall that I'd never talked to freshman year ended up being my best friends for 4 years. So it's not like a rule, but it definitely does help. And again, like, traveling in numbers is something that can really help you further get out of your comfort zone. So just don't be afraid to do that. And beyond, like, just those things, if you hear of something going on campus, like something that they're holding as an event for all freshmen or the entire school, or maybe just a little party that someone told you to go to, don't be afraid to just go. I know it could be awkward to, like, show up somewhere alone, but I promise you are in your first week of college. Even the people that do have friends, they might be in class or they might be somewhere else. So people are always going to be showing up to these events alone. So don't be afraid if you see someone else at these things to just go up and say hey, or just show up by yourself and have a good time and enjoy it. And when you do that from the start, you will never feel weird going to them as you get older, because one thing I can tell you is, as a freshman, doing all this stuff is totally normal. But when you get older in college, it can be a little bit more weird, just because people have established relationships and, like, what they do on the weekend and who they hang out with and where they go. So at first, when nobody knows what they're doing, just go full force and do it. And I promise you will not regret it. The next piece of advice I have is to be yourself. I know it can be very overwhelming, new place, new friends, new people, new workload, new everything, and you just assume like new me and that's what I'm going to do. But I promise everyone will love you for who you are, and over your 4 years you will naturally grow as a person. But just going in, being yourself will really open you up to people that you will get along with best, because I know a lot of people that have been the type to stay in on the weekends all their lives and then they come to college and want to party, and sometimes that ends up great and works out really well and that's what they want to do. But then on the other hand, it could end up that you are like, this is not what I want, now this is what everyone expects me to do, and it just can get awkward. So doing what you want to do right off the bat, and again, go out of your comfort zone if you are that person. This is confusing. Go out of your comfort zone if you are that person that wishes that's what they had done. But if you decide you don't like it, don't make that who you are. Don't do it just because that's what people want you to do. Do it because you want to, and that's who you are, and that's what you prioritize, and things like that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is get out of your comfort zone, but don't do things that make you like really uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Or did I just kind of miss a point? I don't know, but I hope you understand. Like, I want to encourage you to try new things, but I don't want you to change who you are because you're doing new things. And I hope that is a good piece of advice. So the last piece of advice I have for freshmen as I sit here as a college senior wishing I was in your shoes is to make every single moment count. I know throughout my experience I've made so many great friends and memories and learned so much about myself and really just the world. So I just encourage you to, again, try new things. And I say this because it goes by so fast, and I would do anything to be a freshman again and relive it all, because I really don't have any regrets. I know the workload can get crazy and difficult sometimes, and I really hate to be the one to say this to you, but you will remember the nights that you go and spend time with people and do fun things and learn your school in your area and just make time for yourself and others more than the nights that you sat in and studied. And I don't mean don't study, because obviously that is why you're in college, but I do mean try to have a balance, try to find some time management things. And if you guys want some of those from me, I have some really good ones, because I hate to say I really am the kid that made it out every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, spent time all day on Sunday hanging out with my friends. Like, I really have been able to manage all that, and I was an exercise science major. I am going to grad school. I did have to do a ton of different work, and I've been involved in Greek life and clubs and things like that, and I promise there are ways to do all of that and still do all the fun stuff and the extras and get some sleep on top of that. So I just want to really encourage you to make the most of every experience and opportunity you have, because you will not regret it. And when you are sitting here like me in 4 years, and I'm not going to get choked up, you will wish you did, or you will be so happy that you did. So I hope those pieces of advice really helped all of you freshmen. And if you'd like me to get into any other topics of, like I said, time management and organization and different things like that, I am always willing to. I also have some other videos on my college advice and college life playlists on my channel that can be super helpful resources for you all. But I just love to help in any way that I can, because I really do think college is an amazing experience, and there's absolutely nothing else like it in the world. And I really want you all to be able to make the most of it and make it exactly how you want it to be, so you can have these memories that will last a lifetime. But again, that is it for this college advice video, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.